So all of October is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'm surprised that I didn't do this back in the beginning of October because I had planned to, but here we are. As someone who's had to deal with it on and off throughout his life himself, it's definitely something that I struggle with, but always find ways to, get over it and put it in the back of my mind and put other things first. Some of that includes listening to some music in this case. What I listen to and enjoy really makes me happy, but there are some songs that I just love but genuinely just can't listen to, and these 7 are particularly personal to me because they're all from Linkin Park and they're all sung mainly by Chester Bennington. And these 7 Linkin Park songs have been very hard for me to listen to since his passing of, tragic, he took his own life at the age of 41 3 years ago, and, it definitely broke me as it broke a lot of other people, because, you look at a man who was just genuinely that happy, and you go, how and why, and what was really going on through his mind, and you never see that with someone who's going through what they're going through. They know how to hide it very well, and yeah, these are just Linkin Park songs that I absolutely love to death, but in the end, I just can't listen to them anymore. No, that was not an intentional pun. Please stop it. But yeah, these are no particular order by any means, so let's just get it started with the first one.
I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so numb.
Linkin Park's most popular song, and it has grown to literally billions of views on YouTube since his passing. That is Numb. It's not necessarily one that is super hard for me to listen to, because I have gone back a couple of times and listened to this since his passing, and even heard it on the radio a couple of times, like here when you throw on 98 Rock or 105.7 The X. They love their Linkin Park, and this is one of the songs that they definitely play, and I usually if I definitely feel emotional in a song, I'm going to turn it off because I don't want to get too emotional. But this one, it's not that I get super emotional, but again, it's one of those ones where you can definitely feel the pain, like it's attached. Just the way Chester goes by singing, and then the way you can feel the pain throughout the chorus, it just resonates with a lot of us, and it's so personal, and it's just one that just always, not necessarily had me in tears, but always had me emotional after every listen.
I wanna fall wide awake now, so tell me it's alright.
Next we have the One More Light kickoff, and that is Nobody Can Save Me. This isn't going to be the only one off of their most recent album that's going to be on here, but with a track titled Nobody Can Save Me, and then to see what happened to him afterwards, you kind of look at it and go, he was right. You hate to say it, but he was right. Nobody could save him in the moment that he was in. And it is definitely a beautiful one of the more pop rock leaning tracks on the album, and I just love the way Chester sings on this. It's a breathtaking song, and one of the highlights on the, I guess, more disappointing One More Light at this point. Like I said, I think I liked it more than other people, but it was still definitely disappointing for what it was. And you just had that feeling that after that album, they were going to rebound. They seemed to do that. After 1,000 Suns tanked, they came back with Living Things. And, even though people weren't necessarily on board with the whole electronic thing, they had their big comeback song. And then in 2014, they came back with the rock-oriented Hunting Party. And then there was this, but then you're like, they've come back from duds before. This is something they can rebound from. But this song on it was definitely one of the more personal ones that you could feel. You just got attached to it from first listen. This one I haven't listened to in years for the most part. I know editing this, I'm going to basically skip to the chorus just because that's what I know I'm going to play when I play the snippet of the song. But when I listen to 1,000 Suns now, basically I skip the last song because it's something's wrong with the disc, I guess, and the song skips, so I can't listen to the whole thing. But in the end, I kind of see it as like a blessing in disguise, because this is one of their songs, and one of the few songs ever that makes me tear up. I just don't know what it is about Chester Bennington behind the acoustic guitar, and the way his voice just fluctuates throughout this whole song. It's just like, it's so surreal and in the moment, and you feel it too. You like feel it with him. It's like he's telling you, since that whole album was about war, he's telling you that someone in your life has passed away, and you know there's nothing you can do about it. They're gone, and now you have to deal with that fact. It's just so like I don't even know anymore. And like I said, it has been years since I've listened to that song in full, and it's not even that long. And it's literally just because I can't. It's not because I hate it. I love this song. I just cannot listen to it for the reason of the emotion just gets to me.
Who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million?
Speaking of emotion getting to you, we have One More Light, the title track off of the album of the same name. This one really, really made me realize how much it meant to not just them, but everybody. When they played the song live on Jimmy Kimmel, because they played it a day before the album was supposed to come out, and a day before the album came out is when Chris Cornell, a good friend of the band and Chester Bennington, took his own life, and they dedicated the song to Chris Cornell. And I just remember sitting there thinking, you know, it's a weird sounding song, especially for Linkin Park, but good lord, it's so personal to everybody. We've all had that one person in our life that we looked up to, whether it be a family member, a friend, or you know, what have you, that just, you know, you can't believe they're gone, and now you have to adjust their life without them, and you're just like, why does it have to be them? And the way it just goes about singing again, there's no yelling, there's no screaming, there's no grouchiness in Chester's vocals here. It's just straight up singing from the heart, and it makes it even more genuine than I think they wanted it to be. But good lord, it does its job for the 4 minutes that it is. I mean, it's another song that I don't think I've listened to since it came out, because I just, or at least since Chester passed away, because I can't with this one.
When my time comes, forget the wrong that I've done. Help me leave behind.
I want to show some love to Minutes to Midnight with its technical third track. I like to call it the second track because it did have that intro at the beginning, and it's more of a quieter track. It does have, you know, the drums and guitar, you can definitely hear it, but this is another one that's kind of, you look at it now and you go, wow, he was singing about, you know, missing him 10 years prior to him taking his own life. This song came out in 2007, and the song was basically about a dream Chester Bennington had about him and leaving the world, just straight up just dying. And he woke up wondering, you know, will people miss me? What will they remember me for? Will it be the good things? Will it be the bad things? And he just got to a point where he was just contemplating what would happen if this, that, and the other were to happen to me. Who would remember me, and who would remember the good memories? And it's sung again so emotionally that I think, you know, it's just another one that makes it hard to listen to. It's there's just something about Chester, and when he's like genuinely singing from the heart, that you really take it personally. Second to last is also off 1,000 Suns. We have Waiting for the End. I mean, my goodness, this is probably one of their most underrated singles of all time. Because yes, it's different, I understand that, but I love Mike Shinoda's parts, let's be honest here too. But Chester Bennington comes in again with just such great compassion on this track, and I don't really know what else to say. It's got staying power, and I still listen to it a little bit now, not as much as I used to. Like, I used to binge this song, but since Chester's passing, it's just been kind of like, I only listen to it when I need to listen to it now, because I feel like that's the only way I can listen to it, or else to me, it just makes me over emotional for no reason.
When the lights go out and we don't be alright, out there in the silence.
And lastly, we do have a song off Living Things. It's probably a weird one. It's called I'll Be Gone. And again, the song title speaks for itself. I mean, it's basically Chester Bennington singing about one day he'll be gone from this world, and where are we going to go from there when he's gone. And I mean, it's It's another one. It's actually one of the more heavier ones, I should say, that are on here to go with like Numb, I guess. Not necessarily super heavy, but you get my drift. It's not at all like an acoustic track or one of their softer songs that they have. It's meant to be more upbeat and uplifting. And I haven't really listened to Living Things a whole lot since his passing either. I don't know why. That's like the album I go back to the least with One More Light. It's not my least favorite Linkin Park album, so I don't know. But, you know, out of all the songs on it, though, I haven't been able to go back and listen to this one because, again, it doesn't make me, like, super emotional or, like, emotional to the point where I want to cry like The Messenger and One More Light, but it gets me to a point where I don't know, I get flustered and I get frustrated for some reason. It's one of those weird songs that just does that to you. You don't know why, but that's what it does, and that's basically why I've stopped listening to it, because I don't want to feel flustered and frustrated all the time. That's just not what I want to do all day. So yeah, those were 7 Linkin Park songs that I have had a tough time listening to since Chester Bennington passed away, and that's basically that. I mean, you can tell me in the comments below some Linkin Park songs or just some songs in general that have been hard for you to listen to throughout your entire life. I mean, there's always those songs that we love but just hit us so emotionally that we choose not to listen to them because of that reason. It's not because we hate it. And to anyone going through a tough time, I mean, I'm with you, a lot of people are with you, and we want the best for you. We want you to, you know, find the thing that makes you happy, and we want you to succeed in what you want to do. There are people out there that care for you, and those are the people that you need to definitely talk to, and definitely the people you need to keep in your life, because in the end, you know, all the other people that say they care about you, that don't check in on you, and all this stuff, I'm not saying leave them out of your life, but you gotta start thinking to yourself, do they really genuinely care about me? Do they? But that's all I really have to say on the situation. Stay safe out there till then. We'll get through whatever is going on, whatever the hell 2020 is, and yeah, I will catch you all in the next one. Oh, and if you're wondering what happened to my poster of Chester Bennington and Mike Shinoda, it's currently right here. It fell off my wall the other day, and I can't get it to stick back on, so I'm trying to figure it out. I love this thing, and it fell, it got dented, so I'm kind of upset, but I love this thing, so it'll be back up. I just have to figure out what to do with it now since it won't stick.